Hey guys, what is up everybody? Welcome to a new video. In this video we're gonna talk about this car, Toyota GT86, also known as Subaru BRZ and also known as Scion FRS. And in particular I want to talk about why this car is so important for Toyota and why it's so important for entire GDM car scene. But before we go there, let me just tell you what you should expect from this video. So first I'm gonna talk to you about importance of the car and this car history. Then I'm gonna make you a walk around tour, and then we're gonna drive it to see how it feels. So why this car is so important for Toyota? To understand that, we need to look back in 1965 when Toyota first time introduced Toyota Sports 800, a small two-seater, which aimed goal to kind of like follow concept or replicate idea of Porsche Targa at the time. And then Toyota introduced Toyota 2000 GT, which actually put the company onto the global scene of sport cars. And later on in mid-80s, Toyota introduces Toyota Sprinter Truino or Toyota AE86, and this car became so much popular, so much fun for generation of 80s because of one guy called Taiichi Tsukiya, who is known now as a drift king. So that is a guy who took this car up into the mountains and basically he invented drifting culture. Later on, Toyota had so many cool cars in their lineup, like mid-90s up to 2000s. Toyota had Toyota Supra, Toyota So Rare, Toyota Celica, Toyota Mark II, Toyota Chaser, and such variations like Tourer V. So those cars were like proper two-seaters or proper sport cars with real-wheel drive configuration. And in early 2000s, it's all disappeared. Toyota became more focusing on family segment, like they started to create family cars, and that's the first time when we see Toyota Prius in their lineup. Economy-friendly electric or hybrid cars, and that's where there is no more, that fun factor. But over the time, Toyota started to understand they need to bring that back because they need this like young generation who is passionate about sporty cars, young generation who wants to drive cool cars, because they understand that if they can grab this audience from the early days, if they can make affordable sport car, so these people will stay with them forever. So they will probably jump on something small, then they're gonna buy something more expensive, then they move towards Lexus models, and that's where Toyota understood they need to create something cool and something fun as AE86 back then. And in early 2008, Toyota introduces a concept of GT86. Same year, Toyota buys a share of Subaru and comes to Subaru and say, would you like to participate in this development? And Subaru initially declines this offer. Subaru said, no, it's actually not our concept, because we make all-wheel drive cars. And this is real-wheel drive configuration, which is not something we really want to do. But after, some like ongoing communication later on the stage, Subaru decides, okay to join this project. And basically Subaru engine was the heart of this car. And in early 2012, Toyota first unveils this car, and first owners get this car in March 2012. And quite interesting fact that it was absolutely the same car for Subaru and Toyota, but for each Subaru produced, two Toyotas were made, which made Subaru a little bit more exclusive. And also, just for Japan, Subaru had TS version, which has been designed by STI division, which been a little bit cooler, a little bit more fun, a little bit more upgraded. I think 500 cars being produced at the time, and they were also available only for Japan. So no any other country can get this car. And it became entry-level sport car, high quality build, high level of fun, and Toyota again put them on a spot for sport cars. Since the last year, name changed, now it's GR86, which means Gazoo Racing, because Toyota wanted to emphasize importance of sport division of Toyota. And it's a little bit changed in design, it's a little bit changed within the interior, it's a little bit changed within their engine as well, because now it's 2.4 liters engine instead of 2 liters engine. So, but that is another car. This is another topic to discuss. Let's now walk around the car and see how it's built and what features it has. Okay guys, that is 2018 Toyota GT86, which is, as you can see, been a little bit modified. So I'm gonna walk you around it and I'll tell you what's changed here. First of all, this is a facelift option, which means that front lights and tail lights are a little bit different. You have some minor changes in interior, and also they say that engine has few more horsepower, but in general this car did not change since it came to the market in 2012. So let me show you some features which this particular car has. As you can see, it's been modified, so we have upgraded wheels, which is bigger, which is wider. Then we have this, skirts. We have them on the sides. We have like front lip, they call it front lip, and we have side skirts here as well. We have this back screen lower, which looks actually quite cool. If you see, it looks really good. On the back side, exhaust being upgraded as well. This is naturally aspirated 2-liter engine by Subaru with injection made by Toyota. That is where collaboration took place. Nothing special, so classical, let's say, Subaru engine bay, which you might see on most of their Subaru cars. Speaking of the interior, that's how it looks like. Pretty simple and minimalistic, like most of the interiors by Toyota. So here you have, in the dash, you have RPM gauge just in the middle. Then you have controls here on the steering wheel, and yeah, multimedia, which is quite typical by Toyota. Climate control, stick shift. This is a 6-speed manual gearbox. There are cars also available with automatic transmission. These two buttons allow you to disable traction control for different purposes. One of them just to disable traction control on the road, and this one is to disable if you're going for a race day to the track. Yeah, seats are quite comfortable, and they have this side support, which allow you to kind of provide your extra support while cornering, or even if you go into for a ride for to a twisty roads. Back seats in this particular car are not available. They've been removed because, to be honest, there are not so many use of those seats in this car. The most you can do is just to drop some back there, or maybe put your child in a child seat if you want to drive with your child. Main controls for windows and for your mirrors, and here you can actually open the trunk from the car, and you can open the hood. Let's drive this thing and see how it drives. So this car has 2 liters naturally aspirated boxer engine, rear wheel drive. Engine is in the front, and then you have 53 to 47 weight distribution, so it almost make it 50-50 balance, but not really 50-50. So this engine wakes up after 3000 RPMs. Yeah, and now you go, you see? That's where you go. So up to 3000 RPM, this car is not alive. But after, it just wakes up, it's like you waking up in Monster, and that's where your smiles start to appear. Yeah. Remember, there is a saying, 50 smiles per mile, and again, this is a car which also delivers that. And if you want to modify it, you can. And you can get so many things out of this car. But same time, if you want to keep it in stock, it will be plenty of power, it will be plenty of driving experience for what you get out of the box. If you're in the market for this car, I think you can buy it in any variation. It can be Subaru BRZ, it can be Toyota GT86. You can also find Scion FRS, because this car been produced under that name as well, until Toyota took it back in 2016. So Scion brand is no longer existing. But anyway, you know, under the hood you'll get the same power, you'll get the same car, you'll get the same handling, you'll get the same experience, which is quite nice. With all the features which this car has, it is perfect car for city use, it is perfect car for track days, if you modify it a little bit. It is perfect car for weekend ride. If you want to go somewhere, just maybe with your girlfriend or your wife, if you want to go somewhere for, you know, 2 days journey, this would be the car. 200 horsepower will be enough for you to, you know, to deliver that driving experience. And the rear-wheel drive configuration actually makes it more fun, especially if you get this car with manual gearbox, because manual gearbox, I mean, for me it's #1 experience when it comes to the sport car. Of course, if you drive in the city, it can be a little bit tricky, because you know, you get tired of, you know, pushing the clutch all the time, changes the gear. So automatic gearbox would be much better. But if you are living in an area where you don't have that much traffic, I would definitely suggest you to buy manual gearbox. Only with manual gearbox you can get that experience. That's what I truly believe in. And overall, I mean, Toyota is always good value, so you get what you pay for, and experience which it delivers exactly what you expect it to be. That's what I like about you know, such niche cars. Yeah. And once you reach 3000 RPM, it just goes like any Subaru car. All Japanese sport cars which I had in the past, I mean, they deliver what you expect them to deliver. That just simplicity and, you know, focus on what it's built for. And this one, you know, that is a car, one of those. So guys, thank you so much for watching till the end. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below this video. Like this video, it will help the algorithm to show it to more people. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!